Ever wondered who would win in a face-off between a T-Rex and a mythical dragon? Well, ponder no more. Welcome to the epic showdown of the prehistoric brute force and mythical fire-breathing splendor. The T-Rex, the king of the Cretaceous period, versus a dragon, the star of countless medieval fables. Let's kick it off with their physical characteristics. The T-Rex, a monstrous beast, was about 40 feet long. That's like what? 8 refrigerators lined up? And here's a fun fact for you. Despite its colossal size, its brain was only about the size of a burrito. I mean, who needs brains when you have brawn, right? Now let's talk about its arms. Oh, those tiny, tiny arms. Imagine a bodybuilder with the arms of a toddler. It's like nature played a cruel joke on this guy. Hey T-Rex, here are some arms, but oh wait, you can't use them for anything. I mean, how did they even manage to scratch an itch? On the other hand, we have dragons. Now, dragons are a different ballgame. They are massive, majestic, and mythical. And unlike our friend T-Rex, dragons are believed to have been smart, well, at least according to the stories. But let's face it, a creature that breathes fire and hoards gold has to have some smarts, right? However, dragons would stick out like a sore thumb at a reptile convention. I mean, imagine trying to blend in when you're the only one belching out flames. Talk about being a party pooper. So who would win in this epic showdown? Well, we might never know for sure. But one thing's certain, if they were to compete in a game of arm wrestling, we know who'd be at a disadvantage. And it's not the one with a penchant for roasted marshmallows. So if a T-Rex and a dragon were to play a game of arm wrestling, we know who'd lose. Hint, it's the one who can't even reach the table. Now, on to the real mystery, where did all the dinosaurs go? Did they forget to set their alarm clocks and oversleep for a few million years? Ah, the great disappearing act of our scaly friends, the dinosaurs. There are numerous theories floating around and we'll dive into a few of them with a dash of humor, of course. First off, the popular theory, a massive asteroid impact. Picture this, an asteroid the size of Mount Everest hurtling towards Earth at unimaginable speed. But imagine if the dinosaurs saw it coming and thought, wow, the moon looks super big tonight, only to realize too late that it's not the moon, just a colossal misjudgment on their part. Then there's the dramatic climate change theory. Perhaps the weather got a little too chilly for their liking. Can you imagine a T-Rex trying to knit a sweater with those tiny arms, or a Brontosaurus attempting to wear a scarf? It's a sight that would have been quite a spectacle. And let's not forget volcanic activity. It's possible that intense volcanic eruptions led to their downfall. But maybe the dinosaurs were just having a massive cookout, and they let the barbecue get out of hand. We all know how hard it is to control those volcanic grills. But here's a fun theory. What if dinosaurs just couldn't keep up with the times? Imagine a T-Rex struggling to swipe right on a dating app with its stubby arms, or a Stegosaurus getting frustrated because it can't figure out how to set up its Wi-Fi. The struggle is real, folks, and who knows, maybe they got tired of always being the villains in movies. Why am I always the bad guy? A velociraptor might have sighed before deciding to call it quits. So whether it was a giant asteroid, a case of bad weather, or an inability to keep up with technological advancements, we can safely say that dinosaurs didn't choose the easy way out. They had their fair share of struggles, and one can only imagine how challenging it was to be a dinosaur in a world that was constantly changing. So, who would you rather have as a pet, a dragon or a dinosaur? And no, neither is not an option. Now imagine this, you've got yourself a T-Rex, the king of dinosaurs, as a pet. Sounds terrifying, right? But think about it. With its massive size and those chomper teeth, you'd never have to worry about mowing your lawn again. Just let your T-Rex out and watch it chomp away. And say goodbye to unwanted solicitors. But of course there's the small matter of its diet. You'd need a rather hefty supply of meat. And by hefty, we're talking about the size of a small car. Every single day. On the other hand, owning a dragon has its perks too. You could forget about those sky-high heating bills in winter. A little dragon fire and voila, your house would be toasty warm in no time. Plus, think of the barbecues. You'd be the talk of the town with your dragon-grilled burgers and steaks. But then again, there's the slight issue of its fiery breath. You'd probably never have a lawn to begin with, or a house, or a neighborhood. And then there's the matter of size. Dinosaurs, especially the big ones like the T-Rex or the Brachiosaurus, were massive, towering over houses and even some buildings. Dragons, on the other hand, well, their size is a bit more flexible. They could be as small as a cat or as large as a castle, depending on which folklore you're referencing. As for their brains, well, let's just say you wouldn't be having deep philosophical conversations with either. Dinosaurs, despite their size, had brains the size of a walnut. Dragons, while often depicted as cunning in stories, aren't exactly known for their intellectual prowess. So, whether you'd prefer a dinosaur to help you with gardening, or a dragon for an instant BBQ, remember, always read the fine print before bringing home a prehistoric pet. So there you have it, folks. Everything you didn't know you needed to know about dinosaurs and dragons. We've had quite the journey, haven't we? From epic showdowns to spilling the real tea, we've covered it all. Let's recap. The dinosaurs, despite their pea-sized brains and inability to outwit a loaf of bread, were indeed the real deal. They ruled the earth, and not just in a king of the playground kind of way. They were the real kings and queens, long before the dragons tried to steal their thunder. Speaking of dragons, they might have had the advantage of flight and fire breathing, but let's not forget their notorious hoarding habits. I mean, who needs that much gold, really? The debate continues. Dinosaurs or dragons? The truth is, they both had their strengths and their less impressive moments. But remember, whether you're Team Dinosaur or Team Dragon, at the end of the day, they're both pretty terrible at arm wrestling. Stay curious, stay hilarious, and see you next time.